Hi, everybody. Do we have Providence on the phone or on the line? Awesome. Okay, I want to thank everyone for being here today at our first Business During Hours event. We want to welcome Ascension Providence Sports and Physical Therapy as our sponsor for today's event. And I'm going to turn it over to Philip Patterson. I think.
They were connecting to audio. Just a sec, Nancy.
Oh, okay. Wonderful. Well,
are we good?
We can hear you, Robin.
Okay. Are we ready to go?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
There you go. Hey, guys.
Hi. Sorry about that. We were having some technical difficulties.
All good.
Ready to roll.
Hey, thank you, Robin, and thank you, Philip, for hosting today.
Thank you for being here. This is exciting.
Hey, you're our first, and we appreciate you.
Another Waco Chamber first. Brought to you by Ascension Providence.
Yay! Hey, welcome. And I know you have a few words you want to share with everyone.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you and welcome, obviously, to the, as you said, very first virtual business during hours ribbon cutting event. So we're excited to offer the opportunity for you to virtually tour our new and expanded Ascension Providence Sports and Physical Therapy Clinic from your office chair or maybe your home couch if you are lucky enough to be there. We're proud to bring Waco and the surrounding communities this new state-of-the-art sports medicine and physical therapy space, which is specifically designated and equipped to provide the highest quality of care to important patient populations, getting people back to life and to play. Officially in January of 2015, Mesky Physical Therapy joined the Ascension Providence family and created the Ascension Providence Sports and Physical Therapy Rehab Clinic. Since Neil and his team joined Ascension Providence, their experience and reputation led to soaring volumes, requiring us to double the physical therapy space in just 5 years. Now they are a team combined of 87 years of sports therapy experience. When the clinic opened here in our new location this past January, it doubled the footprint of space to the clinic. We also gave Neil and his sports therapy team the direction and financial support to buy the latest in sports rehabilitation equipment. Their wish list arrived with a request of 15 new pieces of state-of-the-art equipment, such as the Hydroworks 350, which is an advanced underwater treadmill that allows the staff to tailor the training regimen specifically for each patient, and the AlterG Anti-Gravity Treadmill system that combines patented air pressure technology with the real-time gait analysis and video monitoring of gait in the walking or running environment. So you'll have a chance to tour this unique space and hear more about each of these pieces of equipment and our new clinic space. Our staff here at Ascension Providence Sports and Physical Therapy are ready to help you to get back to your active self, getting you back into the game. We're excited to show this and much more to you today on our virtual tour. Now I'm going to turn it over to Matt Metters and let him say some words on behalf of the chamber.
Philip, thank you so much. I sure wish that we were able to all be together today in person and out at the shop. It's such a beautiful day. I'm looking out my window. It's just spectacular out, but I guess we're going to have to be a little bit more patient as we make our way through some of the challenges we're facing, and we'll all just gather virtually. So it's great to be here again. And let me start off by thanking everyone for taking time to join us on this virtual gathering and at the new location of the Ascension Providence Sports and Physical Therapy Rehab Clinic For those of you who don't know, the clinic's located at 7125 New Sanger Road in Suite 540. As Philip said a few minutes ago, Ascension Providence and Neil Meske PT joined forces. They merged in January of 2015. Meske Sports and Physical Therapy was housed directly across Highway 6 for years. This new space, housed adjacent to the Ascension Providence Waco Orthopedic Physician Practice, has doubled their square foot capacity and was created to specifically to care for patients requiring sports and physical therapy assistance and needs. The clinic also was updated to the newest state-of-the-art sports therapy equipment, which combined with Neil and his sports therapy staff provide the best care possible for the families of Central Texas. Being co-located with the Waco Orthopedic Practice also allows immediate and ongoing communication to improve patient outcomes. So we're thrilled to have Neil and the Ascension Providence team with us today to take us through their new facility, to show us their new equipment and surroundings, and to share some great information, and in short, to tell us all the cool stuff that they do here virtually. So now I'm going to turn it back over to Nancy Gupton and also to Lee Davis, a couple of members of the Chamber's professional team, and they're going to perform this ribbon cutting for us. Nancy and Lee?
Nancy, you're muted.
Thank you, Gabby. I know Philip and Lee and the crew is out front, so we're going to have a virtual. There you are. Hi, guys.
Okay.
Are you ready for
Can you
the
see?
ribbon cutting?
Can you see everybody?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we'd like to congratulate you on your new facility, and we're going to do a big ribbon cutting right now. 3, 2, 1.
Wonderful. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Congratulations, everybody. Okay, back to you, Nancy.
Okay, they're going to capture a photo while they're together, and we're going to start off with the first video to showcase Dr. Chad Connor and all the great work that he does.
I grew up in Dallas. I am Chad Connor. I work with Ascension Providence Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. I grew up in Dallas, Texas, and from there I went to college at the University of Minnesota, where I competed in gymnastics. From there I went to the University of Texas Medical Branch in Galveston, Texas for both my medical school training as well as my orthopedic surgery training. From there I went out to the Southern California Orthopedic Institute, where I specialized in sports medicine. That brought me to Waco in 2010, where I joined Waco Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, and there I specialized in orthopedic surgery as well as sports medicine and arthroscopic surgery and reconstructive surgery. In 2019, Waco Orthopedics and Sports Medicine joined Ascension Providence. While I specialize in sports medicine, which encompasses all the different injuries that you can come across in sports, both operative as well as non-operative, other than that, I specialize specifically in reconstructive shoulder surgery, both total shoulders and reconstructive of the shoulder, as well as arthroscopy of the shoulder. And I also specialize in arthroscopy of the hip and knee and ankle.
Do you prescribe rehabilitative therapy for them?
I'm a big believer in physical therapy and rehabilitation. We consider what we do in the operating room probably 50% of the job. We take the anatomy that's damaged and broken, we put it back together. And then there's a complex healing process that has to occur many times, depending on what the injury is, like a rotator cuff, 6 months where it has to heal. And we can put the tendon back, but unless the patient does the rehab to get the motion back after the surgery, unless the patient does the physical therapy to get the strength back in the shoulder, the results won't be as good. And we're always aiming for the bullseye when we're doing surgery and helping a patient to recover so that we end up on the target. And working with physical therapy is a great way that helps have input and skilled care to help our patients go in between those office visits to get back to where they need to be. One thing that's great is we have our sports medicine physical therapy next door to us. It provides a convenient location. Patients are already used to coming to where our practice is. They know where the location is. They can easily come next door to their therapy where they've got top of the line equipment that they just built this last year. There's great therapists that help work with us to get our patients better. Most times when we're treating something without surgery, we start with about 6 weeks of rehab. And what that does, that helps get the patient rehabbing the injury, rehabbing the post-surgical treatment, allows them to move along. And then we reassess at 6 weeks to determine if we're making the progress we need to, and now we can transition to working on it at home or in the gym program, or if skilled physical therapy and working with a therapist will help them to go the next portion forwards that they need to do. Certain surgeries, we know right off the bat, a rotator cuff tear is about 6 months of healing. And so depending on the different patients and their goals that they want to attain, as well as some of the challenges they may have during the rehab process, can determine the length of time exactly that they will work with a therapist. But that's something that's great that we, that's uniquely defined for each patient, and we monitor that and help prescribe that as appropriate for each patient.
Okay.
Well, we thank you for having us today at the Chamber, which it could be in person. But we've got a great team over here at Providence Sports and Orthopedics, whether it's this location or the Woodway location or Lacey Lakeview. We try to have different locations that help different patients out based upon where they live. We're thankful to have Ascension Providence PT to help our patients get better.
Awesome. Thank you, Dr. Connor. I wanted to now move us to the Hydroworks, a piece of equipment that's pretty phenomenal over there. Lee, how's it going?
It's going very, very well. As I understand it, how old is this equipment?
We have had this, what, 9 months?
9 months. Yeah.
Brand new.
Robin's going to visit about the Hydroworks right now with
Kelly, this is Kelly Pretty. She is one of our physical therapists here at the clinic, and she's going to talk to us about the Hydroworks machine. So, Kelly, can you tell us exactly what is this machine? What is it used for?
This is essentially a pool inside a box, and it can be used for any body part. Most people would think it's just for spine, like low back and hips and knees and feet, but we can also use it for upper body. This pool is very versatile because it has a bench and a treadmill. So you can get in there and we can raise the water to whatever height we deem necessary based on how much we want to unload your body weight. And you can do traditional pool exercises like squats and use the buoyancy of the water to help you achieve range of motion. And then we can also turn on the treadmill and you can walk. So you get that functional training that is really beneficial. It also has a jet, so you can walk into resistance or run into resistance. So it really spans a huge variety of patients from very different levels. So we can treat any body part with the pool, but also patients who have arthritis and can't tolerate walking to the mailbox and back. They can get in here to build endurance and strength. And then we can also treat high-end athletes who need to run, maybe post-surgery, who are not allowed to do that with gravity and their body weight yet, but they can do it in the pool against the jet, and it can be a very hard, functional workout.
And then, so the water in the pool, is it heated?
Yes. So the water is 92 degrees. It's very, very comfortable.
And does that help aid in any of the therapy that we're doing?
So also because it's warm, it can help relax muscles to give you more length and flexibility.
Okay, awesome. And then again, how old is this equipment?
Only 9 months.
All right.
It's amazing.
Okay.
Hey.
I think I want to give away a prize, Nancy.
Oh, I love that. I love prizes.
Yes. All right. So are we spinning the wheel?
Yes. Wheel and spin.
Rachel's got the wheel out.
Awesome. Okay, let's see who the lucky winner of the first prize is.
Christy Garrett.
Get out of town, Christy Garrett.
Yeah.
You
Nice.
are,
What did I win, Nancy?
you
What did I
are
win,
always
Robin?
a winner. You are always a winner. Way to go.
She'll
You
some
can get your
awesome college
prize.
swag.
Well, I want Christy to know she can pick up her prize from Robin. And congratulations, Christy Garrett.
Yay.
And I'm sure she's watching.
Thank you so much.
Okay, hey, how about we move? Is a part of that team over there at Waco Orthopedics, and can't wait to hear more from him.
Good morning. My name is Dr. Ula Rotimi Adishina. I am a pediatric and adolescent sports medicine physician here in Waco, Texas. I work at Providence Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, and I'm here to talk to you about all the cool things that I do here in Waco. So the interest in concussions has obviously grown nationwide as more research is being done and more people are being aware about concussions as a diagnosis and also the impact that it has on patients long term. So concussions in themselves are brain injuries that occur either from a direct blow to the head or a whiplash, and it causes a chemical chain imbalance within the brain that then leads to the symptoms that you see. Most common symptoms being headache, dizziness, mental fog. You can also have sensitivity to sound, sensitivity to light. You can also have emotional ability. So all these symptoms together create the constellation of symptoms for concussions.
How important is it for the patient to receive therapy?
So therapy is really important, especially if you're entering a more prolonged phase. So the old thought with concussions was if you just, go into a dark room, relax, don't do anything, that you'll get better. So research now has shown that exercise and really intense physical therapy can shorten the recovery time. So therapy becomes very important if you're getting past that 4-week mark, because now we actually really have to train your body to get back to its baseline. So is important from that standpoint.
Is there anything that you want the city of Waco to know about your special niche here in the community, with you being specifically for pediatric sports medicine?
So what I'd like the city of Waco to know is that when your child is injured, you want your child being seen by somebody who has expertise and understanding in how a child's body works. So a lot of times people think of children as just little adults, and that's not the case. They have their own unique physiology, their own unique temperament. So as someone who is pediatric trained, that is a very unique specialty that I bring to the city of Waco.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I want you to know, I don't know who can possibly balance themselves on that kayak experience, but I know we're going to go live to Lee and them, and they're going to show us how to do this.
Y'all ready?
Sure.
Yep. Very good. Okay, we are over here at the Biodex, and we are going to look at a demonstration and hear some information about this piece of equipment, which is how old?
It's about 9 months old.
Wow.
So this is our Biodex balance machine. We use this patients with balance deficits. It's also really handy for patients with post-concussion syndrome. So we use this with our evaluation to see what their balance is like. Do they favor one side versus the other? How do they do with their eyes closed? We also use this for a cognitive aspect as well. So we have a word search here. So our patient has to be able to balance and concentrate on the word search at the same time. And this helps promote healing with the concussion and to help get them back in the classroom and on the field faster. Okay. So your feet about shoulder width apart. We're gonna make the surface uneven.
Whoa. Wow.
And then he's gonna shift his weight in order to highlight the words on the screen.
So why is it important to do this type of exercise with a concussion patient?
So this is important so that we can stress different parts of what they're having difficulties with. So if they're having trouble with balance, we need to practice that. If they're having trouble in school with reading the board, staying focused on their work, we can simulate this in a less stressful environment. So why is it important? Because I know that on some of the testing that y'all do, you have the eyes open, the eyes closed, you know, so why is that important? So when we have our eyes open, we have all of our senses helping us with input for our balance. When we close our eyes, we're relying on what's called our vestibular system, which is in your inner ear. And if that is out of whack, we want to be able to work on that. So that's why we have them close their eyes. And so how many different games are on here, and does it go up in different levels? So there's about 4 different games. We don't use the games on the initial evaluation. Initial evaluation, we'll have them stand with their eyes open, their eyes closed. We may have them just stand on one foot. But the balance portion itself, there's 12 different levels, and he is on level 1. And as you can see, it's pretty unstable. So this is definitely a challenging exercise for our patients. Okay, awesome.
Hey, Robin.
Hey.
Ask her how many patients actually stay on with the kayak, because the kayak one is always my interest.
Oh, yeah. So it's pretty challenging. It takes patients a few times to get the hang of it. So we usually have a few tumbles on the screen, not on the system. So
that is so cool.
All right, awesome.
Do you want to give another prize?
Yeah, I can give out another prize if we're ready.
Here comes the wheel.
There it goes.
What are they going to win, Robin?
They have got this awesome insulated mug.
Beverly Fallon!
Fallon.
Yeah, Beverly.
Awesome, with Community Bank and Trust.
Awesome. All right, so you get a lovely insulated mug here.
Nice.
Way to go, Beverly. You're a winner.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Okay, we're going to move on to our third video. Greg Palm is a physician assistant, and he's going to talk about joint replacement. And he has a lot to share, so I'm going to let him tell you his story.
Hi, my name is Greg Palm, a PA at Ascension Medical Group, Providence, Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. Been here for about 6 years. I initially grew up in New Hampshire. After I graduated high school, I ran track at a school in Memphis for college. And after college, I went to PA school at Baylor College of Medicine, which is located in Houston. From Houston, I was recruited here about 6 years ago, came and never left. For joint replacement surgeries, everyone gets physical therapy, and it's very important to regain your range of motion, regain your mobility.
How quick after surgery is the patient up walking?
The day of surgery. So usually if you have your surgery in the morning, you have physical therapy come to you in your room in the afternoon and get you up walking with a walker.
So you said that the therapy begins in the hospital. How long after they are discharged from the hospital will the person start outpatient therapy?
Yeah, so we've developed this program we call it Joint Camp for our joint replacement surgeries. And Tammy, our joint coordinator, she will meet with you before the surgery and kind of tell you everything to expect. You should expect to do surgery that morning and then do physical therapy that afternoon. And you'll have physical therapy every day you're in the hospital. It depends on how well you're doing, but some hospital stays are you're going home the next day, sometimes the day after, depending on how you're feeling. And if you need a short stay in a rehabilitation center, we can absolutely do that. Once you're discharged from the hospital or your rehabilitation center, we'll have you set up to do physical therapy probably the next day or the day after. Occasionally, we'll have physical therapists come to your house. And you'll do that probably about 2 times a week, sometimes 3, depending on how well you're doing, and see how you progress in. The benefit of working with physical therapy is you get someone that knows your strengths and weaknesses and know how you're progressing, so how quickly to progress your physical therapy or to slow it down.
Great. We're going to open back live and be at the Ultra G Anti-Gravity Treadmill. Hey, Lee.
Hey.
I see you squinting. Hey,
Glasses
Neil.
are on my head.
That is the Neil Metzke right there.
It is. It's the legend.
Who am I talking to?
Okay, we are at the,
Nancy Gupton.
Okay.
yeah, Nancy Gupton from the chamber.
Hi, Nancy.
Hey, Neil.
We are at the Alter G Anti-Gravity Treadmill now to learn about this. And how old is this piece of equipment?
Same as everything else, about 9 months.
About 9 months.
And it's deflated. So
It's deflated for now.
for now, yeah. All right. Go ahead, just explain the machine.
Yep. Okay. So the Ultra G essentially stands for altering gravity or the effects of gravity. We use this on patients that are post-operative for lower extremities, ankle sprains, total joints, spine patients, people that can't bear full weight on an extremity because of pain or because of precautions following a surgical procedure or an injury. We can take them down to approximately 30% of their body weight. It's a treadmill that sits inside essentially a balloon. Okay? We slip a pair of these nifty shorts on them, okay? And we zip them in to this hole. You can see that. Okay? So they're standing in here like so. And we take this guy and we tack it up like this. And so the patient is standing inside the balloon here, and we blow up the balloon, which lifts the patient through that pair of shorts, okay? And again, it takes them down to as much as 30% of their body weight. For, again, pain relief and then protection against issues that might occur because of surgeries or injuries, et cetera. Walk, run, skip, jump, try to replicate their normal functional activities while they're in the treadmill. It also has a camera, so the patient can see on the monitor what their feet are doing underneath them. Okay, so we can work on timing patterns with gait and that kind of thing on here as well. So,
Did you talk about the who came up with the idea of the whole Ultra G, where it was developed, the science of it was developed?
I couldn't tell you.
I heard it was NASA.
Most likely. It seems logical, doesn't it?
Yeah. Walk on the moon. So why is this type of exercise, and you may have already covered that, but how is that? How does that benefit the patient?
Sure. Again, so if you've ever sprained an ankle or had a knee surgery, okay, and you are, in the past, we would have to wait 4 weeks, 6 weeks after the injury or the surgery before we can start running and doing those types of activities. But if we can get the body weight off, we can start doing those same activities, okay, on this machine. So it's to get you back to functional activities that you have done in the past more quickly. So.
And it really kind of depends on the patient and the progress that they're making, it how quick they can get back to it.
Sure. And part of that is when you have an injury to a joint or whatever, is your brain has a normal motor pattern that you follow. And when you are unable to follow that normal motor pattern, okay, 6 and 8 and 12 weeks down the road, then you've got a limp and you've got all this stuff going on that your brain isn't allowing you to function normally. If we start working out more quickly, then we can get back to those activities more quickly as well.
Okay,
So,
awesome.
okay.
Awesome. Great, thank you. You know what? I think I want to hand out another prize. Nancy?
I think great idea.
Hey, Robin and Nancy. Before we hand out a prize, we've got a couple of really good questions in the chat.
Okay.
So Melinda is wondering, how many new patients have you seen at this clinic since you've opened?
Ooh, that's a good question. How many new patients have you seen since we've been here?
Too many to count.
Yeah, 900 to 1,000 probably.
Wow. All right. Did you hear that? 9,000.
That's great.
And
that's a 9 month.
And that's in 9 months.
9 months, yeah.
Yes.
There's a theme here.
and somebody else wants to know, how many therapists work there?
How many therapists do we have here?
We have 7.
7 therapists?
Yes.
And any,
We have a tech also. And then, so it's 7.5. Really, we're part of the 8.
so we got Becky Kohler, who's our director of rehab services over here that's helping out with the questions in the back. So,
Yay, Becky.
That's awesome. All right, let's give away a door prize.
all right, we got a lovely
here we go.
hat.
Okay,
Okay, here comes the wheel.
here's the wheel.
Jennifer Marshall Higgins. Way to go, Jennifer. Sweet.
Hey, all right. That's
All right. I love this. I'm writing Jennifer's name down. Jennifer, if you would put your email in the chat so we can make sure you get your prize, we would love to do that. Okay. Next, we have one more video we want to show you guys. I find this so fascinating. It's called Dry Needling Procedure, and I certainly could use a few of these procedures. LaToya is going to tell us more about this.
My name is LaToya Bigelow. I'm a physical therapist. I'm going to be doing dry needling on Kelly's left upper trap here. She's got some muscle tightness that extends all the way up, can go all the way up to the back of the neck here. And so I'm going to be using these needles, which are hollow, to disrupt that pain tightness cycle that she's in to hopefully give her some relief. Okay. So I'm going to clean the area first. Swab it. Okay.
LaToya, is this a relatively new practice in dry needling?
Dry needling has been around actually for a while. It's not something that is part of the entry-level training for most physical therapists, so there is additional training that's required. So I had to go to a course and learn how to perform the technique. I also had to have it performed on myself so that I know what it feels like. Initially it's a little pinprick as the needle just gets tapped in. And then depending on the area, some muscles tend to be tighter than others. So it can be uncomfortable. The best that I describe it is it feels weird. It just feels weird.
Yeah.
This area tends to be very tight on most people. A lot of people like it when, they get their shoulders get massaged. For those people that have a lot of tightness to where it leads to dysfunction, it can lead to a lot of soreness, but it usually is like exercise soreness. It goes away after 24 to 36 hours, and then they can get a lot of relief to where they can function a little bit better than they did before. So, I'm going to use this needle and kind of grab her muscle. And so I just tap the needle in, and then I'm going to advance it all the way into her upper trap muscle. And then I'm just going to piston it back and forth, trying to get a twitch response, trying to get that muscle to give up.
And how does that feel?
Slightly uncomfortable. It's not painful. You can feel just a little tension, I guess. Like you feel the needle moving up and down. And then sometimes it makes it twitch, which just feels like a spasm, and then it releases.
So I'll do another spot, tap the needle in. I'm just going to go. It's really kind of tight there because the needle's kind of fighting me. There we go.
So they don't go in and stay.
In this area, they don't, because I'm having to be careful of her lungs. So I'm going to keep my hand on that muscle the entire time. Different areas, I can put the needle in and I can leave it. But for this area, for safety, I'm going to keep a nice hand on her muscle the whole time.
And is this prescribed by family medicine or sports medicine, or who prescribes this type of treatment?
Any doctor, any prescribing doctor can prescribe for this. How's that? It's real tight. Utilize that muscle correctly. Some patients, it's one treatment and then they feel better. Some patients, you have to needle them a few times. There's really no way of knowing.
Okay.
And so it's, based on their symptoms. Eventually, like all things, we want them to be able to go on and be able to operate independently without treatment. And so sometimes, I'll wean them down from the treatment so that they can really see how they're really functioning in their day-to-day life.
I just find that so cool. I'm gonna go live with Robin. Oh, how Latoya? Hey, can y'all give one of those away, a procedure for a door prize?
I know. I was like, oh, if you want a demo on me, I'll do it. So
A lot of volunteers.
yeah. No, one of the things that I was asking her during that video that I didn't realize, because I always thought the dry needling was always done just like on the neck and the shoulder and the back, but apparently it's
Really throughout the body. So I've treated hip, calves, forearm, shoulders, the back, the low back. There are other areas that we treated. We can even treat the foot. We've done that for plantar fasciitis. Treated a lot of the itises, the Achilles tendonitis. We might needle up into the calves, to the gastroc or the soleus. So it's really extensive, the various places that can be needled. So it's not just limited to just one area as far as up in here.
so on the plantar fasciitis, is that like you're putting the pin or the needles in the bottom of the foot?
Yes.
Oh my word.
And the goal is to
prize. Don't give me that door prize.
Listen, nobody wants a door prize anymore.
And again, so this is not really a new practice.
No, I couldn't tell you exactly when, but it was just, it was noticed that whenever a needle was injected or placed in the body, there was a twitch response. So there wasn't really a need to actually inject something into the body, that you could just actually stick the needle in and get that twitch response. I actually got that with my flu shot. As soon as she stuck the needle in my arm, my muscle jumped. And it's the same concept. The idea being that if you have a band of tight tissue, then you can disrupt that pain and that spasm of the tissue and get it to relax, and then hopefully get the tissue to work like it's supposed to and function normally.
That is fascinating. It is absolutely fascinating to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it works.
I've had it done to myself, and it does work. Yes.
Awesome. All right. I think I have one more prize I want to give out. Is that okay?
Wait.
We've got a couple questions.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we've got some good questions in the chat. So Rachel Martinez of the Chamber wants to know, is this the same as acupuncture?
No. So acupuncture is its own separate entity. We're not acupuncturists. I can't talk much on acupuncture because I've only actually had it done once, and I can't really describe it. But this, we're actually sticking the needle into the muscle to actually treat the muscle itself. The same that we would do externally by doing manual therapy, we are actually now trying to go into the muscle itself and to treat it and to disrupt that pain that's happening, that spasm that's happening, to create normal function within that body's part or that segment. So we're not acupuncturists. People think of us or think of the technique as being similar. And the only thing that's similar is really the needle might be similar, but the technique and our goal for the patient is different.
So in a similar vein, how far in does the needle go?
All the way. It depends. It depends on the muscle. So I think on the video I was treating her upper trap, so I was actually going all the way through until I could just feel the needle coming towards my finger. So it went all the way through. We want to get it into the muscle belly, so it's going to go in there, and it's going to go in pretty deep, but we're not trying to puncture through anything, but we want to get it into that muscle belly itself.
Very good. And we've got a couple of questions about how you guys receive patients. Do you only receive Ascension Providence patients?
We receive patients from throughout the community. In fact, we even receive patients from other towns, and I mean, I've had patients that drive a pretty far ways to come, so people come from all over.
Okay, and do you need a referral from your doctor to make an appointment?
Yes, we do require a doctor's referral.
Okay, I think that's all the questions I have for the moment, Robin.
All right, awesome. So we'll do another door prize.
What are you giving away, Robin?
I think I'm going to give away,
Here she comes.
a Stronger Together t-shirt.
Ooh.
Nice. Yeah.
I love it. I like the color.
Yeah. We, so in the middle of the pandemic, we ordered these shirts for all of our associates and gave them out. So a lot of our associates have these.
Ooh.
Okay, here's the prize wheel.
Here it goes.
Let's see. Who's the winner? Well, we're all winners. I'm just saying.
Ryan
Becker.
Woo! Ryan Becker
Robin.
won the shirt.
All right, Dr. Becker.
Hey, Robin.
Is that the Dr. Becker?
Robin, can you hear me?
Our Chief Medical Officer.
Yep. Brian has a comment. He was,
Yeah, spin the wheel again. I've got a shirt.
Oh,
Spin the wheel again.
all right, we'll spin the wheel again. Just 1 second.
Here goes the wheel again.
Let's see. That was so nice of Dr. Becker. I kind of hope I get one of those. There we go. Well, I think Greg Palm has one
Well,
too.
Greg Palm probably has mine or so.
Let's see. Let's do it again. Do it again. Scott Rogers.
Yay, Scott! Awesome. His
Awesome.
wife used to work for Ascension.
Scott's with Alliance Bank. Awesome. Congratulations, Scott.
We got the two big ones.
When are we ready to do that?
Yeah. So I think there's going to be a wrap up.
Hey,
Do we
do
have-
I? Yeah.
So do we have any other questions? No?
It does not seem like it. If you guys have questions and you want to put them in the chat, you can go ahead and chat them and we'll read them out loud.
Okay. So then I guess what we can do now is introduce our hand therapist over. She's going to give us some exercises to do to help with ergonomics and helping you to relieve some stress and all that good stuff. So as you're sitting and working away, come on over. Introduce yourself. Okay. Hi, I am Kim Clem. I'm a certified hand therapist here. I'm going to talk about ergonomics a little bit, and probably the first thing that I do when a patient comes in for that is really take a good look at their job and their body mechanics for what they're doing for that job and what the job requirements are. After that, I try to get the patient to take a picture of their workstation and bring it in, because sometimes patients really don't have a good grasp of how they're sitting and where their computer is and really what's going on with their workstation if they have to sit for long periods of time like our schedulers do, on office workers that keyboard for 6-8 hours a day. So they'll bring that picture back into me. The first visit, I try to just talk to them about the home exercise program for cervical stretches and long arm stretches where they work on trying to get their chest stretched out and their arms stretched out. And they take rest breaks throughout the day. And I'll give them a piece of paper that explains and categorizes their height requirement, what their height is, and the requirements for their workstation. So if you have for me example, if I'm 5'6", then my desk height should be at 25 inches. But as we know in the community, one job, a desk is higher or shorter or whatever. And so their desk, if their desk is at 25 inches, then their chair should only be where they sit. Their seat pan should only be about 16 or 17. And so I will help them to adjust, because if their table should be 25 and their table's 29, then we've got to get their chair up to where it fits their body effectively, to where their hips are at 90, their knees are at 90, their elbows are at 90, their computer's in front of them. And so there's a lot of things that we look at for that. One of the big things too is that people really tend to put their computers wherever is most comfortable in their little workspace, and it's not in front of them. And from a cervical perspective, they need to be about 15 degrees of cervical flexion in order to take some of the pressure off their neck. I know a lot of employees that do these clerical jobs really have a lot of neck problems. So we take a look at that. And body mechanics is really important as well. So I think that's okay. Awesome. Thank you so much. You're welcome.
Well, I just know I sat up straighter in my chair.
Do we have any questions come across, or are we ready to?
I think we're good.
Are we ready for the next portion of this?
Yes.
This 9-month-old facility.
Yes.
9-month-old equipment.
That's right.
Very quickly before we do prizes, Robin, can you tell us one more time where you guys are located?
Yes, we are on it's basically 7125 New Sanger Road. So basically it's the old Winn-Dixie. So we're just right down from it. So at the very end, like the card is on one side, one end, we're on the other end. So,
wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's next? We're gonna do some more prizes.
Yeah, we got some
big
big prizes. So big prizes. So are we just rolling the prize wheel?
I think so. I think.
So,
look at this basket.
So this golf basket has a lot of Providence swag in it, but it also has a gift card to Cottonwood, and it's got a bottle of Balcones rye in there. So, anyways, this is a nice little gift. So,
excellent. Are we ready to go? Let's spin the wheel.
Let's do it. Wait, I don't see my name on there.
I'm bringing you some dry needles.
Stan! Wow, Stan.
Awesome. Congratulations, Stan.
Stan's with Extraco Banks, and he is also a recent graduate of Leadership Waco. Congratulations, Stan.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Graduation present.
Yes.
Excellent.
Nice.
All right. This is the second basket that we have. It's got a nice bottle of Tito's in there, and some Topo and cranberry juice. Yeah, cookies and some dark chocolate. So, and a couple
nice
Providence swag. So,
I just won.
I know.
You are the winner.
Here goes the wheel.
All right.
And the winner is
Janana, is it?
Gina Adler?
Oh, Gina. Sorry. Adler.
Hey, Robin, take me out there. Roll it again.
Hey, that works.
Okay.
Bob Davis.
Bob Davis. Bob Davis. Congratulations, Bob.
Way to go, Bob Davis.
Excellent.
Yeah, that should be it.
Well, I think that's really about all we have for us tonight. So we really thank y'all for coming out.
Yes, thank you. Spending time with us.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
We're glad to be here.
Sharing your home with us, and we appreciate y'all very much and your partnership with the chamber. And you've got a beautiful facility there. I know y'all are proud.
Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Matt. We appreciate it. And thanks for being a part of our ribbon cutting ceremony.
Thank you. We're glad that we're here. We're
All
excited.
right.
Thank you.
A very quick Go ahead, Nancy. What's up?
No, I was just going to say, where should Bob pick up his prize?
He can come to the hospital and pick it up. And so Nancy, just give him my contact information and I'll work it out with him.
And I'll make sure each one of these individuals get your name and home phone number. No. No. I will make sure they get your office number and can get a hold of you. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay.
Team, thank you. Congratulations again. We appreciate you folks.
Thank you, man.
Before everybody leaves, just a quick housekeeping note. If this was good or bad or medium and you want to give us some feedback, there is a contact form on our website that you can email. You can send an email to the team, and we'd love to hear some feedback on this since this was our first time, because that's the only way we're going to get better. So if you guys could give us some feedback, that'd be awesome.
Thank y'all very much and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.